Well, the FBI is supposed to fight lawbreakers, not break their own rules. So how does something like this even happen in the first place? The former FBI Deputy Assistant Director, Danny Coulson. Danny, it's too early to know exactly what happened here. Outside of documents might have been compromised, and this individual has since left the FBI. But what are the rules on this?
Oh, my gosh, candor. You have to tell the truth. It's pretty basic in the FBI's culture is that we're known for telling the truth and being candid. And if the evidence that we supply acquits somebody, that's great. If it convicts somebody, that's great. This report is very, very important in restoring the confidence of the American people in what FBI agents do, because trust is our stock in trade. If we can't be trusted, then we can't do our job. And what's going to come out in the report, it's going to tell what happened. And if we weren't accountable like we should have been, then the Inspector General and the United States Attorney need to say that.
You know, Danny, the quick read of this, and depending where you are on the spectrum, was that mistakes were made in the FBI's handling of documents, but that in the end, it didn't undermine the premise of the investigation in the first place. How would they quickly know that?
Well, they know what the probable cause was. They know what the cause was to get a warrant.
Right.
But that to me, that's not the point. It doesn't matter if it was dispositive or not. It matters, did you tell the truth? And if you can't depend, if the FISA court can't depend, the Department of Justice can't depend on the honesty of an FBI agent, then that is monumentally important. And it needs to be addressed, and the FBI needs to be held accountable for it, and I think they will be.
All right, now the FBI agent in question was known to have a history of anti-Trump text remarks, emails, and that begins to generate this paranoia, and maybe perfectly justified, that he was not exactly an unbiased arbiter here.
Well, that's true. And also you saw the same thing with the text messages from Strzok and Page,
exactly.
that there was a bias and an animus there. And frankly, it all falls back on the director. He shouldn't tolerate that. The FBI is supposed to be an independent fact-finding agency. It doesn't matter what particular political party you're in or anything like that. It just matters, what are the facts? It's like the old dragnet thing. Just tell me the facts. And that's their job. And when they do it right, things turn out right. And when they don't do it and they don't follow the law, then things don't go well for them.
You know, it's interesting. You mentioned just put out the facts, and people, we've even learned through the impeachment process, have very different interpretations of those facts. I guess what I'm wondering, when all is said and done, when you look at the genesis of what got this whole investigation started, we'll find out, I guess, December 9th when we get the Inspector General's separate report on that, to the Mueller probe itself, to now the Ukraine probe and all that, whether it ultimately changes anyone's minds. I know I'm going outside your ear because you're just dragnet here, but I'm just wondering, where does this go?
Well, I think ultimately where it's going to go in the House, I think they're going to impeach the president. I think they've gone too far down that path. I've watched all the hearings, and a lot of hearsay, a lot of supposition, and very little evidence. I don't see any evidence of crime. I did Iran-Contra. I know how these things go, and I don't see evidence at all of a crime. Maybe style wasn't good, but no crime, and certainly nothing for impeachment, but that doesn't matter. Truth doesn't matter to the House of Representatives. It's just who has the most votes, and that's where it's going to go. Who's got the votes to impeach, and they have them.
All right. We'll watch it closely. Danny, thank you for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure. Thank you.